Once upon a time, nestled in a quiet valley surrounded by towering mountains, there was a small village named Darwin. The villagers were simple, hard-working people who lived by farming the fertile soil and tending to their livestock. Life in Darwin was peaceful but never easy. The land demanded effort, the seasons demanded patience, and the mountains, always watching, demanded respect. In this village lived a young man named Arjan. Unlike most of the villagers, Arjan was not fond of hard work. He dreamed of a life beyond the valley, of riches that did not require calloused hands or sunburned skin. While others rose with the dawn to till their fields, Arjan lingered in bed. While his peers helped their families, he wandered the hills imagining he would one day be rich, by luck, not labor. Arjan's father, Hardwork, was among the most respected elders in the village. A farmer of few words, he believed deeply in the value of persistence and honest toil. He tried to guide Arjan gently, urging him to join the daily tasks, to learn the dignity of effort. But Arjan always waved him off, promising he had bigger plans. One day, frustrated and tired, Hardwork said to Arjan, "If you won't work the land, then find something worthy to dedicate your strength to. But do not squander your time in dreams while the world turns without you." Arjan scoffed, "Why must I break my back when there are easier ways to live? Look at the traders in the town beyond the pass. They wear fine clothes, travel with carts full of gold, and their hands are soft." Hardwork didn't argue. He only looked at the great mountain that loomed beyond the village and said, "Even the traders walk the mountain path. And none of them reach their fortunes without carrying weight." That night, Arjan made a bold decision. He would climb the mountain. He had heard rumors of a hidden treasure buried in a cave near the summit, a fortune left behind by a forgotten king. If he could find it, he would prove everyone wrong. He wouldn't need to till soil or raise cattle. He would return rich, admired, and vindicated. Without telling anyone, Arjan packed a small sack, took a walking stick, and left before dawn. The path up the mountain was steep and jagged. But Arjan was filled with purpose. The first day passed easily. He camped under the stars, confident the treasure was close. On the second day, the path narrowed. Thick forests clung to the slopes, and thorns tore at his clothes. He pressed on, dreaming of gold. By the third day, his legs ached, and hunger gnawed at him. He had underestimated the journey. But pride urged him forward. He told himself, "Just a little further." On the fourth day, exhausted and hungry, he stumbled upon a small hermitage built into the mountainside. An old man, thin and weathered like the rocks around him, emerged. "You look lost," the hermit said kindly. "I'm looking for the treasure buried on this mountain," Arjan replied. "Do you know where it is?" The hermit chuckled. "Ah, many have come seeking riches here. Some left wiser. Some never left at all." Arjan frowned. "So it does exist?" The old man nodded slowly. "In a manner of speaking. But tell me, why do you seek it?" "Because I'm tired of work," Arjan said. "I want to live easy. I want to prove I can succeed without breaking my back like the villagers do." The hermit looked at him long and hard. Then he said, "Very well. I will tell you where the treasure lies. But you must first do one thing for me." "What is it?" The hermit led him to a pile of stones near a ridge. "Carry these rocks to the other side of the path, one at a time. Build them into a small wall. When you're done, I'll show you the way." Arjan rolled his eyes. "What's the point of this?" The hermit only smiled. "If you want the treasure, prove you have the strength to earn it." Though annoyed, Arjan began. The stones were heavier than they looked. He worked through the day, sweating and straining, building the wall. By nightfall, he was sore and blistered. The next morning, the hermit asked him to do the same thing, move another pile of rocks from one place to another. "This is ridiculous," Arjan shouted. "You're making me work for no reason." The hermit's eyes twinkled. "But you are working. And you haven't stopped. Perhaps there's more strength in you than you think." For the next 3 days, Arjan worked. Each time he finished one task, the hermit gave him another. Hauling stones, chopping firewood, repairing a fence, all mundane, physical labor. On the 7th day, Arjan collapsed beside the fire. "I came for gold," he groaned. "Not to become a laborer." The hermit said softly, "And yet, you have labored. Tell me, Arjan, do you think you are weaker than when you arrived?" Arjan shook his head, surprised at himself. "No. I feel stronger. Even though I'm tired, I feel clearer." The old man smiled. "That is your treasure." Arjan stared at him. "What do you mean?" The hermit pointed to the wall Arjan had built. "Every stone you lifted taught you something. Every drop of sweat carved away your doubt. You thought the villagers were fools. But now you see the truth. Hard work is not a burden, it is a teacher." Arjan sat in silence. For the first time, he saw the mountain not as an obstacle to be conquered but as a mirror reflecting who he had become. The next morning, Arjan descended the mountain. He returned to Darwin not with gold, but with something far more valuable: purpose. He apologized to his father and asked to learn how to farm. Harjit smiled but said nothing. Instead, he handed Arjan a spade. Over the months that followed, Arjan changed. He rose before the sun, tended the crops, and helped the villagers with his newfound strength. His hands grew rough, his back stronger, and his mind quieter. He no longer dreamed of easy wealth, he dreamed of good harvests and strong roots. Years passed. Arjan became known not for riches, but for wisdom. People came to him for advice, not because he had climbed the mountain, but because he had learned what it meant to carry weight, real and metaphorical. And sometimes, when the sun set just right behind the peaks, Arjan would look to the mountain and remember the old hermit who had given him the greatest treasure of all, the understanding that hard work is not a curse, but a gift that shapes not just our lives, but our very selves. Moral of the story: hard work is not merely a path to success, it is the very forge that builds character, resilience, and wisdom. While shortcuts may tempt, true fulfillment comes from the efforts we make, the struggles we endure, and the growth we achieve through perseverance. The weight of the mountain is heavy, but in carrying it, we become strong.